Hey, folks, welcome back. Bass-TEC fans. So, apologize. We've had to take a little break for a little bit for doing interviews. I had death in the family, so we kind of got preoccupied with a lot of things going on in life. But we are back, and we'd like to welcome y'all tonight. Make sure you got the comment sections. We're streaming live from our Facebook and our YouTube. Drop us some questions, comments, anything you'd like to ask these gentlemen. We have from tonight from Coldwater Bass Club, points champions. But before that, I'd like to take just a brief moment and thank our thank our wonderful sponsors that make our Hooked Up Lives possible. We'll go around through it pretty quickly. tbnation.net. Get over there, check them out. You can order, use the code within this feed. You can look in the description and get in for 5% off any order. So we appreciate TB Nation. Line Taming Serum, Star Lures. Get over and check out their social media pages. They've got some amazing products between line conditioner as well as plastic lures. They make spinnerbaits. I've seen some chatterbaits that's getting out there. Folks know about them chatterbaits in the spring. They get some good fish. So get over and check them out. We're going to be giving away some prize packs through with line taming serums and Star Lures. All you got to do is just enter a comment on this and you get entered in for a drawing. We'd like to thank Dugout Bait and Tackle. See this hat right here, Dugout Bait and Tackle. We got some hats we're going to give away, so make sure leave us some comments, folks. Get down there and check them out. They've got some amazing product, and make sure when you go in those doors, tell them that the TEC folks sent you down there, and about guarantee you they're going to treat you right. We also have G2 Gemini jerseys. Sorry, my voice went out. G2 Gemini jerseys. We'll be given a promotional discount. It's, again, within the description. G2 Georgia spelled out 22. You'll receive up to 25% off your order, any order that you do through with them for their jerseys. Amazing products. Keeps you cool, keeps you dry. Great products. So get over and check them out. We have PFD Fishing. If you have not, it's a new company. It's local. They're doing rod customizations, rod repairs. Get on the social media page through Facebook, PFD Fishing. Links within the description between both pages. And check them out. And I can't remember the percentage off on it. It's within the description as well. Tell them about TEC, folks, and you'll get your discount on it. So Underground Power, we appreciate them. And, folks, everybody that doesn't already know it, we're going to be giving away a lithium battery, 12-volt lithium battery. All you have to do is get into the YouTube, not Facebook, but onto YouTube, and literally enter in Underground Power or UP, hashtag UP, hashtag Underground Power, after the live feed, and you get entered in. At the very last show, we're going to take and do a drawing after that show for a battery giveaway. So, lithium battery. We appreciate their sponsorship through our Hooked Up Live. So, no further ado, we have points champions from Coldwater Bass Club, fresh out of the seat because I know they finished up first December, I believe it was, or so. Y'all familiar with these gentlemen, Daniel Nicolai, Clell, Carnes. Welcome, man.
How you doing?
So, like I do everybody, congratulations to y'all for achieving the points champions for Coldwater Bass Club.
Appreciate it.
And I do want to take a moment. I had a little bit of issues with my microphone, so if y'all don't mind, just kind of leave us a comment. Let me know if anytime during the show you have some problems hearing us tonight. Make sure to leave us some comments. Fire away questions, right, man? Y'all ready to answer them tonight, right?
Yeah, we're ready to get started.
I got you. So tell me about y'all's season, Coldwater Bass Club. For those maybe that's not familiar with Coldwater Bass Club, when does it typically start up, and when y'all's classic was?
What was that, Merrick? When what?
So if you don't mind, explain a little bit as far as when Coldwater Bass Club starts up in their season and when y'all wound up concluding the season through with Coldwater.
I believe
It starts up 2 weeks after high voltage, which I think sometime in end of September, and it carries. The classic carries all the way to like the second week of January, or first weeks.
Gotcha. And if I remember right, I went back through and looked at it. The classic champions was, who was it?
That was Jack Butler and I think Petty John, I believe.
Yeah, I thought it was Petty John. So, not trying to take spotlight away from y'all. I know a classic win is a very good feeling coming out of it, winning a classic as well. So, congrats to those men. But
oh yeah.
So
they're good.
Did y'all have a moment during the this past year's season in cold water that kind of stood out as most memorable for y'all?
I know we just struggled, the first part of the day. There was a lot of tournaments, and we ended up catching most of our fish, after 11 o'clock. I think that's the way most of the season went. So, I don't know about most memorable, but I know there was several tournaments where we didn't think we was going to catch any fish, and then, find them.
When he says every tournament, I mean literally every tournament. For the first 4 hours, we didn't get a bite or catch a fish. I mean, it would get a little stressful. It was tough.
Whoa.
So how do y'all go with the mindset when you have those days when it's just like lunchtime and you ain't even got a bite? Are you sitting there like ditching all things and just going to the fundamentals and just?
No. After the first couple tournaments, we kind of
we knew we weren't gonna get a bite till after about 10 or 11.
We just had to be patient. I mean, it's a mindset game. It's hard to be that patient for that long, but we got used to just knowing it'll come to us.
So, would you agree to this? Would it be maybe because of the weather that maybe caused the season to be different? Like you're talking about fishing struggling in general. I know there's usually a time period in like late fall going transition into winter. It kind of just gets tough all around. But did you see it kind of being tougher as a year?
It was a little tough. We're just more behind the ball. We didn't do a lot of pre-fishing for cold water, so we just kind of went off the last couple of years, what we kind of done because it's the same kind of time period. And so, yeah, like I said, we never did no pre-fishing really, so we just went out.
Had fun with it.
Yeah.
So we got our first question. Guys, appreciate y'all keep flooding those comments and questions in tonight. Ron Pendergrass has a question for y'all. First one for the night. What is your favorite time of year to fish?
I like spring. I like early spring. I like throwing some top water baits around when they start pulling up. Probably my favorite.
When you say early spring,
February, March, I say it's about to get there.
I was about to ask you, is there a certain temperature that's just like that spring? That's where you want it to be.
Well, I know when the water temperature gets above 58, close to 60, I know what I'll be doing. Be chunking the buzz bait. As the water temperature warms up.
Let's hear it. What's your favorite buzz bait?
My favorite buzz bait? Oh,
Yep.
it's an X Factor, big bladed, chartreuse and white.
Are
you a believer in those clackers? The one that's got the little lever
I
in it.
I know they work. No, I stick to that big bladed, single bladed. Or my favorite is honestly I throw a lot of double bladed, but when they hit it, you catch some good fish.
I got to ask one more question, and I'll let Nicolai answer that about favorite time of year. Are you a whopper plopper fan?
No, I'm not. Personally, I'm not. I'll let somebody else in the boat throw it, and I'll throw the buzz bait or something else. Usually everybody else I fish with loves to throw it, so I like to keep it a little different.
Is there, and I know I said one question only, but is there a reason why you don't like the whopper plopper?
Oh no, I know it catches fish. I just think I think everybody else is throwing one, and I like to just throw something different if I'm in the boat with somebody throwing it.
Gotcha.
So and you know, I'm a little biased to a buzz bait anyway.
All right, Nicolai, let's hear your favorite time of year to fish.
I like February, end of February going into March. Just when I caught my better fish, and during the transition, I mean, you can just that time of year you can roll up and find one spot and just go to town.
All right, I want to ask y'all a question. So, in John boat fishing, not necessarily big lake, but John boat fishing, you're saying both of y'all, spring of the year has been y'all's favorite. Do y'all have like a one day like that was just the most memorable tournament or pleasure fishing that was just the wow factor for springtime?
Oh yeah, many a times.
One stands up to you.
I mean, oh my goodness. I know one trip to Oconee, I fished for the first hour and a half and didn't catch a fish. I sit down on the bottom of the boat, tied on a little crookbill shad wrap, and I don't know how many fish I caught that day, but it was probably one of the most memorable days. Not counting Mexico, you know. Mexico was a league of its own, but yeah.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah. What you, Nicolai? I know it's not hickory log, right?
No, it's not. I mean, for those like old lakes, I don't have a certain one, you know.
For those that don't know, me and Nicolai fished that benefit together in December, wasn't it, 2 years ago? Man, we struggled pretty bad, didn't we?
It wasn't the greatest day to go. It was tough.
I kept telling Nicolai, I swear there's fish in there. I swear. All right.
I did catch one. It was short, but I got one.
So we've got our next question. Josh Griffith, great point. Y'all was on here last year, same exact seat that y'all was in last year. He's asking, was it just me or was the trap bite just off last year? He knows that y'all love the trap.
It was off, definitely. I only had a couple of days where I actually did really good on a rattle trap. So, yeah, I definitely think it was off. I hope this year's a little different.
Why would y'all think that the trap bite was off from last year?
For me, I usually do pretty well on a rattle trap throughout all year long. And for me, you know, I just didn't get the bites this year as I usually would. So I'd say it was a little off for me. I don't know about Nicolai. He might have a different tune.
I didn't throw it as much this year. I kind of got away from it.
Yep. So Josh come back saying, glad it was not me then. He was talking about him and Sam had definitely noticed it.
No, it was. I love throwing it. I threw it a bunch and to not catch that many fish. Mm-hmm. Definitely off.
Okay, y'all ready for the next question? I like this question. So, y'all are competing this year in multiple clubs, correct? You're fishing the Electric Elites. Still fishing high voltage, both of y'all?
Nicolai, I'm not fishing high voltage this year.
Me and my son's fishing high voltage.
But y'all both are fishing the Electric Elites, right?
Yes.
Separate teams.
Right.
So that being established, the question is, with y'all competing against each other this weekend with the Elites at Black Shoals, do y'all share information before or after the event you're going against each other in? I like that question.
Be honest with you, me and him, we really don't keep anything from each other. We'll share our opinion, what we think they might be doing and what we might be trying, you know.
It's just about the same as if we was fishing together. We talk about what they should be doing, what we think they should be doing, but yeah, I don't keep nothing from them. I tell them, how I did in practice, what I called it on. I just straight up with him.
We fish different areas, so that ain't a factor. And I mean, we want to see one or the other win, you know, or do good. So,
All right. So take that last statement out of the equation. My question I've got to expand on it a little bit, and mean it. I mean it seriously, not jokingly, but between y'all two, we know we all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. We have lakes that we're stronger at than others. Between y'all two, take away the rest of the field going into this weekend, but between y'all two, just competing against each other, who do y'all feel like has more strength at Black Show between y'all two?
I'll answer that. I think Nicolai is a great fisherman. I'll just go ahead and tell you, he makes it easy, you know, for somebody to just jump in the back of the boat. Especially he puts in a lot of time. He's really knowledgeable. You know, he's got good instincts, so it makes it easy. I would definitely say that Nicolai has the upper hand. You know what I mean? I just think we've been fishing the same amount of years and that. I just think he puts in a little more time. You know, so yeah, he makes it easy for me. I enjoy fishing with him.
I think you saying that about instinct. It seems like when you start going down the road and making those right decisions along an event, it's tough to get out of that rhythm of making those instincts that don't carry you as much. You know what I mean? Like it's an art. It really is. Like I've been there with Nicolai and fish with him. You can tell it. When I was out there at Hickerlog, Nicolai's mind's just constantly just going, thinking to the next thing. I'm talking the whole time. Probably shouldn't be out loud thinking, but I like that question. That was a really good question there, Jonathan.
Yeah,
appreciate that. But
I still have my days though.
I like that. I like that. So
I have no problem catching them all day in the net.
Oh, that's right. Don't matter who's catching them, does it, bro?
No.
So I want to ask y'all keep asking questions away. We appreciate it. Each one of y'all tuning in tonight. And remember, just to pause for a brief moment and remind everybody that after this live feed's done, get over to our YouTube channel on Georgia Bass-TEC and enter in hashtag UP or Underground Power and be entered in. The drawing will conclude as far as the entry for this live this Friday. So make sure you get in there, enter a comment. All you have to do is just type a few little letters in and you get entered in for a drawing for a free lithium battery. So keep the questions rolling. We appreciate the interaction so far tonight. And I want to ask y'all men individually, okay, what does y'all have competed, correct me if I'm right with this, Nicolai, I believe, and I think Clell, you've been in it the past couple of years, but y'all have qualified every year for the TEC, correct?
This be your third, I think.
Yeah.
So
I've been fortunate enough to make it every year we've had it.
So y'all have seen the ups, you've seen the downs, and I mean, yes, there's events where it's been challenging, but what does the TEC mean to both of y'all individually for qualifying and then actually being there? Summarize the TEC event.
Well, I feel like the TEC is like the state championship for all the John boat fishing right here, you know, in North Georgia. So, you know, it makes me pretty proud to, you know, to make it. And, you know, I haven't done really well in none of them. And, you know, it makes me want to go out and fish harder. And really, I want to win one of these things, you know. So it means a lot to me. I think it's a real cool thing they started up, and you know, I hope it continues for, you know, generations. You know, I love it.
What you, Nicolai?
Yeah, I mean, it's another goal for the season. You know, try to make it in it, and then you get to meet and fish against all the other clubs, and you know, meet new people, and it's tough. like I said, I've made it every year, but I haven't done great, but I've gotten better each year. So I'm looking a little more forward to this year.
So this year, y'all obviously know we're going to Lake Juliet. Y'all have obviously competed on Lake Juliet in the past. Is it a high-ranking lake on y'all's lakes to fish, or dislike it, or tell us a little bit about it?
I think personally, we both really like the lake. We've done pretty good there.
I love it. I ain't gonna lie. Since I started fishing it seems like we always end up catching fish there. It's a good lake. I personally I like fishing. It's been good to us.
So I haven't been to Lake Juliet in probably 10, 11 years, I think it's been. Are the stripers in there as thick as they used to be?
They're pretty thick. There's a bunch of them, and they're pretty good size.
Because I've heard rumors, whether or not it's true or not. I mean, following one of the pages, the Lake Juliet tournament page on Facebook, they talked about some of the folks saying how there was a major shad kill a few years back. Have y'all heard the same?
I can't say that I've heard it. Maybe I have and forgotten it, but I'm not too sure on it.
Yeah. All right, so we got another question.
Stripers are pretty strong in there, and it ain't nothing to catch a 5 to a 10 pounder out of there.
Yep. Make you think you got a big one, don't you? All right, so Ron Pendergrass got a question asking, what type of motors are you guys running on your boats? And I'm assuming he's talking about your transom motor as well as your bow motor and the size of the boat and the speeds.
Clell sold his boat. He had trolling motors on his. I got the Elko. I got the old Elko 9 horsepower. It's really the 20, but I run lithium. I can usually get, during the summertime, 2 people on the boat. It'll run 10 to 11 loaded, and then by myself, it'll usually run 13.4, and during the winter, it's a little bit slower because that wintertime, the cold weather really hurts the lithium batteries. It really slows them down. I don't know why.
What's the weight on that lithium battery?
They're like 140. I think I got 146 pounds on it.
And that's a big drastic difference between 140 pounds versus the lead acid AGM styles.
Yeah, I think I'm running right at 200 amp hours. So
that's awesome. What about you? What about your bow mount?
The bow mount, I just have an old XI5 iPilot, just 12 volt. I went light, so I didn't put a whole lot of batteries in the boat. It's done pretty good. It gets the job done.
You ever thought about upgrading?
I have. Because you're running. I just ain't wanted to go out and spend, $3-4 grand.
So you're okay. For those that don't know, I've been in your boat and I know it, but you run the HDS carbons?
It's alive.
It's the live. So reason why I was asking about question about upgrades with the Lowrance Ghost and the capabilities of linking it together and the nose cone and 360 now with the nose cone change out. Does that make you kind of want to go to a 24 volt for that?
It's crossed my mind, but it still hasn't pushed me over that edge,
Yeah.
Now, if my trolling motor goes out or I have a problem, I'll go ahead and move on up. But
yeah,
I ain't in no hurry.
You running? Did you say what was that?
His trolling motor's done really well. We'd have it on spot lock, and the trolling motor would be coming out of the water, and it'd keep us in spot. I was pretty impressed with it. At
So-
Lake Juliet.
you run lithium on the bow mount as well?
Yeah, I got all lithium. I'm only carrying about 200 pounds worth of lithium batteries. Not even 200 pounds total to run the whole boat.
So I want to ask for curiosity. You store your boat outside or inside garage?
It's under a carport.
So do you see a difference? I know with like lead acids you typically do, like with change of temperature, seasons and stuff like that. Do you see the cold affecting the batteries a little bit charging, you think?
It's going to slow the charge down. Like I said, the cold weather really affects the lithium. They don't read right and they don't run as good. That's my experience anyway.
Yeah. That's why I was wanting to ask
I
that
don't think you don't get the run time out of them. Summertime, when you're going to get the most speed, the best out of your batteries. They're not cold natured.
So what we need to do is pack your boat with a bunch of ice on that tournament. Is what you're saying? No, I'm just kidding. So Ron's got another question. Appreciate Ron you firing the questions out. And we'll take him kind of get close to wrapping this up. If y'all want to, got questions, make sure to start asking them. Let's hear y'all's predictions going into this event. Each one of y'all, what do you think the winning weights will take at Juliet?
I think it's going to take about 25 pounds this year. I plan on having about 24.
I'd say 17, 18 pounds.
All right, so we've not asked this question, but what do y'all think club-wise weight?
Club wise, $52.
52. Clell?
I'll go with that.
All
You
right.
know, 48.
Gotcha. Well, shoot, yeah. Well, I just messed up. Let me get back. There we go. So, again, man, I congratulate both of y'all for points champions and Coldwater Bass Club. I know it's been around. How many years has Coldwater been running now?
Donnie would have to chime in on that one.
Yeah, I don't know if
We've
he's
been fishing for 3.
Yep.
Yeah, we fished at 3. It's been around for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Clell, you said you sold your boat. Are you planning on getting another boat?
Yeah, my guy I'm fishing with, he's got a boat set up a lot like Nicolai's. I plan on finishing out the season with him and getting a hold of one and fixing it up the way I want it. So, yes, sir, definitely. Within probably a year, the end of this year, I'll probably buy one. Start working on it.
Gotcha. Well, if you do, make sure you get over to TB Nation, check them out. All the folks, there's a lot of builders here in Georgia too.
Your mic messed up audio.
Can you hear me now?
No, sir.
Still nothing?
No, you sound like Darth Vader.
Oh my gosh. Y'all let me know if you're able to hear me, rest of the folks as well. Still nothing?
Pretty bad.
My
phone.
How about now? Is that better?
It might be my phone.
Josh is saying good on his end. Landry's saying he hears you. Okay. How about now? Can you hear me, Nicolai?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, now I can hear.
There he is. No, it's all good. It's all good. All right. So Ron's got a question. I don't even remember what I was saying there. So I'll get back to it in a second and think of it. Ron was saying, what's y'all's favorite fishing technique?
Oh, cool. Go ahead, Nick,
There's so many.
no, right?
Well, we already heard Clell's buzzbait, right?
You gotta slow roll that buzz bait. But
Man,
this is my, when the fishing's tough, I mean, really, I like a drag. I mean, when I'm fishing slow and fishing tough, I like to either, slow drag with the drift, with with the wind. That's probably one of my favorite techniques when I'm having, need to catch some fish.
And I'm sorry if I'm repeating this again from last year, but don't be scared to throw that buzzbait in 40-degree water temperature either. Them big old girls will come up and chomp
Man,
on
I've caught them
40 degree.
I've caught them in some cold water. I caught one. What was it, last year in February? It was, I don't know, 7 pounds. It was 1st of February. Yeah, it was. I bet the water temperature was still 48.
I've witnessed it done, and I'm still sitting there. My partner JV was throwing it and catching them in 40 degree, and I'm like, "Hey, no way! I'm gonna pick a buzzbait."
What's going on here? That's right.
What about you, Nicolai? Let's hear it, man. Favorite fishing technique?
I guess technique. I'm gonna go with something new, and that's using that active target. I mean, I don't sit there and study it. We'll go fish, spots or areas we like, but I'll still have that. I'll still be scanning and looking if anything's cruising by, that I can work on. If I see one, if he's on the bottom or swimming, I can pick another rod up and work on him. Like Clell or whoever in the back, they can still keep fishing like we normally do. So there'd be like two different styles going.
Yeah, but you love to hear them say, "Hey, throw over here." You know what I mean? Then you're like, "All right," I love it.
Good guide service, right?
Yes, that's right.
That's been one of my new techniques. So just something new and different. It's been fun.
Gotcha.
And it's helped. It's helped on tough days.
Yep. So Jason Brown was saying the same as far as like cold weather is definitely his weakness when it comes to bass fishing. Well, it can be tough. I'm sure everybody can agree with that. Y'all talk about y'all season being tough. You just got to grind it out.
Yeah, very tough.
So this is kind of maybe could expand on that last one from Ron, Chris Patrick, saying what's y'all's go-to baits that you rely on to get bites, if you want to say.
I mean, honestly, for me, if I'm struggling, I'll throw a Carolina rig. I mean, it's just one of them things, especially if it ain't real thick in grass, like it ain't got a lot of grass, and even in grass, but I mean, I say if I'm struggling and can't catch no fish, I'll throw a Carolina rig. Or a jig.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on time of the year, what time it is. I got so many different kind of go-to baits, just depending on the time of the year.
And the lake you're at too, probably, obviously.
Yeah.
It's
go-to
tough
bait could be an A-rig. My go-to bait could be that chatterbait or a Carolina rig, drop shot.
Yep. So Donnie was saying cold water's been around since 2009.
Yeah.
Man, appreciate y'all bringing these comments in. I'm trying to get focused here to where it was at, which one it was. Okay. So Josh was saying, Clell, you're saying you drift with the wind and drag a bait. I'm interested in hearing.
Man, when that wind's just right and you get out there and they're on them ledges, I love it.
So drifting works, huh?
Oh, yeah, I mean, on certain days, especially, January, and they're out a little deeper and you throw it out there and you got that perfect drag through that sweet spot. I mean, and there's something about that bump, and then they just latch on. I don't know. I like it, especially when it's tough. I can't catch fish, I'll do it.
So mule loads up, don't it?
That's right.
The thing I think that helps, we both rode a C rig. He holds his rod down and pulls to the side. I'll pull up and down. So it's two different techniques. And some days they like his better. He catches more. We could be throwing the same worm, it don't matter.
But I've noticed it about Carolina rig fishermen that it takes a dedication from anglers, and there's some that get away from it. I know I'm one that's guilty of getting away from a Carolina rig. I used to do it back when I was in college, but I just can't find myself to drag anymore. I just can't. Appreciate the comments. Y'all keep them coming. If you want to ask some more, I want to talk about one topic though tonight. That last year's interview that we talked about was both y'all's fathers used to fish together, and kind of y'all coming up as a younger generation into the sport of fishing. I know. Correct me if I'm right with this, Nicolai. You fished with your son in high voltage this year.
Yeah. Yeah, this will be our first club fishing together a full season. We're going to try to do the full season. So he's fished several other tournaments with me in the past. Every time he gets in the boat, we seem to put a little change in our pocket.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We won last year, at the end of last year, I think, at Steel Branch. I forget which club or what it was, but he had big fish. I think we had about 14 pounds or something, but he don't show a lot of excitement. So I was a lot more excited about him catching the fish and winning it for us than he was.
Well, but that's still a memory that, and I'm sure y'all can go back to memories. Clell, you as well probably can think of memories fishing with your dad as well.
Yes, sir. The one that stands out the most is we was fishing Lake Guntersville, and we caught a back-to-back 7-pounder and a 6-pounder. He threw in there with a buzz bait, caught 1 7 pounds. I threw over there to the stump right beside it, caught 1 6 pounds. So yeah, I got some good memories fishing with my old pops.
And that was definitely before the day of active target and pan optics.
Oh
and
yeah, that's when you just go out there and fish, pound the banks.
Oh man. All right, so Jason's saying if you see me throwing a sea rig, you know it's been a bad day. Way too slow.
Exactly.
I've witnessed, and I don't mean to. I'll be interviewing them as well coming up in future shows, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I mean, you can. Those that watch the past interviews, previous years, we had a intro that had Aaron and Jason on it, and I'm gonna tell you something. They were literally sitting there like a bunch of high school kids with a yo-yo, just like up and down, up and down, up and down the whole time. So I could see where dragging would be tough, I bet. But I'm sorry, Jason, if I've called you out on something, buddy. But all right, so Josh Griffiths. Go ahead.
But I prefer not to throw it too when you got to slow down like that. But I'd rather be fast fishing.
Yeah. So Josh saying, I think it's funny when people say that what Jason's just said about Carolina rig, talking all kinds of trash, and then turn around and throw a Ned rig. So I want to ask y'all Ned rig believer?
I don't throw it. I actually just picked up, started throwing a drop shot here in the last year. Still trying to learn it and done okay with it, but I still ain't moved over to a Ned rig.
But you, Clell?
I don't throw one very much. Yeah, about a 4-inch young dinger is about the shortest I usually go.
All right, folks, we're going to get close to concluding here and let y'all men get gone for the night. But April 23rd, we'll be seeing y'all down at Lake Juliet, and looking forward to getting out on the water and seeing y'all. And if folks don't know it, this event going into the TEC is probably going to be the most memorable TEC event that's took place yet. So if you want to come support and watch weigh in, we would love for each and every one to come down. We're going to have some vendors there with us, talking products, as well as you can sit there and find out right from the anglers themselves. And I'm sure Nicolai and Clell both will be more than glad to talk with you about it. Ron Pendergrass, pros use it to find bottom compositions. I as well, faster than a Ned rig. I'm assuming he's referring to the Carolina rig.
It's a
It
great,
does.
great bait. Search and learn something on the bottom.
Yep. So again, we'll take just the last moment and concluding through. If anybody's got any questions they want to ask, I'll give you just a couple more minutes. I want to go back through and remind everybody again that's watching this maybe after the live feed to remind everyone to go to our YouTube channel and get on there to be entered in for a drawing that's going to be at our last interview that we do on that Friday night. We're going to wind up going through, tallying up everything. I doubt it'll be that Friday night, but it may take me a couple days or two to get everything tallied up. But to be entered in for a free 12-volt lithium battery, all you have to do, you don't have to be a member of the TEC. You don't have to be fishing it. You don't even have to fish John Boat. All you have to do is get over to our YouTube channel. We'd appreciate a subscribe there and enter in a comment of hashtag UP or underground power. Either one of those will work. Just get in there, leave us a comment with it, and you'll be entered in for a free drawing. And we're also going to be giving away some swag, some items like that for the comments that's made tonight. So, Daniel, Clell, I would say this with confidence. I'm sure we will be right back in this seat again, having another interview with both you men at some point in time in the future.
I hope so. Yes, sir. Me too, boss.
And congratulations again to both of y'all for points champions with Coldwater Bass Club. And I know y'all are going to represent them very well.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Merrick. Thank you.
Y'all take care. That's it, folks. We appreciate each and every one of our viewers tonight taking time out and watching us. Thankful for each and one of y'all's interaction tonight and asking questions away. And we'll be right back here hopefully next week. I'll try to get us another interview lined up. Be right back and do our next interview with Points Champions. And it's not going to be long. We're just a few months away. So appreciate each and every one of you. Get over to our pages. Thank each one of our sponsors. Get over there and check out their pages. Y'all have a good night. God bless.